welcome back to KAMMA. I'm Khalil Deal.
Mandio.
We are KAMMA, about to talk about the early predictions for the main card for UFC Vegas 93. Alex Perez versus Tatsuro Taira. Just going to go through the card here real quick for the main card. We got the first fight of the main card, Adam Fugit versus Josh Kinlan. Asu Almabayev versus Jose Johnson. Miles Johns versus Silva de Andrade. What's his first name?
Douglas.
Douglas Silva de Andrade. That's it. Lucas Almeida versus Timmy Coamba. Ikram Alisquera versus Antonio Trocoli. And Alex Perez, of course, versus Tatsuro Taira in the main event there. All right, so we're gonna go through the card, starting it off with the first fight with Adam Forget About It versus Josh Kinlan. For me, I gotta go with Josh Kinlan in this one. Adam, forget about it. Adam, fuck it, forget about it, whatever you want to call him. I don't see him winning this fight, man. I really don't. I like Josh Quinlan in this one. And the reason why I like Josh Quinlan is he's the harder puncher, man. He's a knockout. Josh Quinlan is a knockout guy. He's very, very powerful, very strong as a knockout power. And Adam Fugit, he can get knocked out as well. He got knocked out by Michael Morales. Looking at the height, they're about the same, 6'1" for Fugit, 6 foot for Josh Kinlan. Fugit's going to have a 77-inch reach compared to 72 for Josh Kinlan, but Fugit's a guy who doesn't also use his reach advantage at all to his advantage. Fugit is, I don't find he's really that good at all. I mean, they're both not the best. I think that it's going to be, somewhat close, but I just like the power that Josh Kinlan has. I mean, this is a guy that came off of the steroids, who admitted that he took steroids. But he's still very, very powerful. Fugit lost in his last fight to Mike Malott. Mike Malott actually dropped him in that fight. I don't know if you guys remember watching that fight, but Mike Malott actually dropped him in that fight. And Mike Malott's not even a real striker, like not even a really powerful puncher.
Yeah.
Dropped him in that fight. Mike Malott's more of a sub guy. He did end up finishing the fight by subbing Adam Fugit in that fight, but he still dropped him with a hard punch. I don't think the chin on Fugit is that great.
No.
He went on to before that he beat Yusaku Kinoshita, who's not that great either. He got knocked out by Michael Morales, and then after that he fought two bums in Solomon Renfro and Devin Brock. Now, Josh Kinlan fought Danny Barlow in his last fight, who's really, really good. We've seen how how good he is, undefeated guy. He also fought Trey Waters, who's like 10 foot tall. He knocked out Jason Witt in his UFC debut, I believe it was. So, man, I think that Josh Kinlan, this is a fight that he can win here. I think that he's going to be the more powerful striker, the better striker in this one. If the fight ends up going to the ground, I think Kinlan is also not bad on the ground. I think he could grapple a bit there and wrestle. But he has good takedown defense anyway, so I don't think Fugit will be able to take him down. Of his 6 wins for Josh Kinlan, we could see that he has 4 wins by knockout, 2 submissions. So he's a submission guy. He's a finisher, sorry. He's able to finish his opponents. He does have 2 subs, Josh Kinlan. So like I said, he does have some ground game. He can do something on the ground. Adam Fugit, out of his 9 wins, they come by 5 by knockout, 3 submissions, and a decision there. So it's going to be a pretty close fight. I still think I got the edge for Josh Kinlan. Who you got there?
I imagine
I got Josh Kinlan by knockout. Sorry, I forgot to say that.
I imagine Fugit's going to try to get this one to the ground. It is going to be a pretty close fight. Normally, I wouldn't be picking Josh Quinlan, but in this case, I will be picking him.
Yeah.
I think he will be the harder puncher. I think he's going to end up hurting Fugit before Fugit implies that ground game a little more, because he's going to be the one going for takedowns. Quinlan's going to be the one that wants to keep it on the feet here, especially against Fugit, who I really don't think is UFC caliber. Am I wrong for saying that? Or
no, I think he's not that great.
And Kinlan, you could say that, oh, he has a 5'6" reach disadvantage, you know? But the thing with Quinlan and who he's fought last, you referred to their size. Like, this isn't going to be a 10-15 reach disadvantage for Quinlan. Like, this is going to be like nothing for him this time, a 5 inch reach disadvantage, right? And I don't think Fugit's as good as the two last fighters he fought anyway. So yeah, give me Quinlan in this one by knockout. Yeah, by late knockout. Although I don't think he has the same power or the same mojo as he used to have back when he was on the juice, because you could say, yeah, he lost his last two fights ever since he's been off the juice, you know? So at the same time, I don't like him too much, but I think he's going to beat Fugit. So we'll say Fugit and move on.
That's it. And not to mention also, he's going to be younger too. He's at 31 years old, Josh Quinlan versus 35 for Adam Fuckett. All right. Moving on up the card to the next fight, we have Asu Almabayev versus Jose Johnson. Who you got here, Andy?
Okay, this isn't going to be too long. The pick is Almabayev. I think
Yes.
the key to victory here is to take Jose Johnson down, plain and simple. Jose Johnson is 16-8. He may be the slightly better striker here, but this is the type of guy that's never going to learn how to block the takedowns better. What you see is what you get with this guy. I have no confidence in him getting better, and they're just going to have to match this guy up against strikers who never take anyone down if he wants a future in the UFC. Because I can see, you know, how he could be kind of exciting, but no way can he stop Almabayev's takedowns. Anyone can take down this guy. It's ridiculous. So that's the pick.
Yeah, nice, man. Already starting off good.
I don't know how. I don't know how though, by sub or decision.
I also got Asu Almabayev winning this one. We have to mention this, that Jose Johnson was normally at bantamweight. He's now going down to flyweight. Now the guy is 6 foot tall. Okay, I've never seen a 6 foot tall flyweight.
There's going to be no way he's going to have the strength to defend these takedowns, draining himself that much, eh?
Exactly. This guy is going to be a skeleton by the time he loses the weight there. I don't even think he'll make weight, but if he does get down to 125 at 6 foot tall, the guy's going to look like a skeleton. It's going to be absolutely disgusting. I don't know how he's going to even. I can't wait to see what he looks like on the scales. He is packing, that crazy height advantage. Like, I mean, we're talking crazy. We're talking 8-inch height advantage, 5'5".
That won't stop him from toppling over.
Yeah, like it's an 8-inch height advantage there, and also a 6.5 reach advantage. But the thing is, he's going to have that giraffe syndrome there, and I think that he's not going to be able to get any really good work done on Asu, because Asu's going to come in, get in close, and take him down. And that is going to be the mission for this Kazakhstani guy in Asu Almabayev. Very, very good grappler. We've seen this guy fight before. Very, very amazing with the wrestling and grappling. He was awesome against CJ Vergara. Those two were just scrambling on the ground, twisting and turning, and Vergara's a hustler on the ground, man. This guy,
yeah, he's a dog too. I like him.
Yeah, Vergara, he's scrappy on the ground, but Asu was able to take him down, control him on the ground, reverse position, get body locks in. He tried many times to get a sub on him. Wasn't able to get it, but he did sub Ode Osborne though in the fight before that with the rear naked choke. That was pretty cool. And Ode Osborne is a tall, lanky guy, similar to Jose Johnson. He also beat Kenneth Manengap by submission, rear naked choke there as well. He's got very good rear naked chokes. He won a split decision against Zach Makovsky and Imran Magaramov as well. So you can see he's on a 5-fight winning streak. As far as Jose Johnson, he beat Chad Enheliger in his last fight by submission. And then he got subbed by Damon Blackshear, where Damon Blackshear did that crazy twister on him. That was the first time we had seen a twister. I remember that fight. That was amazing.
The thing with that Chad Englinger one is that Englinger took him down. And that could have been the first takedown he tried in his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, if Chad Henniger could take him down, I mean, come on. But then Damon Blackshear, man, you saw what he did to this guy on the ground. And Damon Blackshear is a very good fighter as well and a good submission guy, just like Asu. And he was also very much shorter than Jose as well. So the height advantage doesn't scare me. The reach advantage doesn't scare me. Jose Johnson is going to be weak. I think he's going to be tired. He's going to gas out very quickly in this fight. And I think Asu is going to wear him down with the grappling and the takedowns and the relentless grappling that he does. And I think he's going to get a submission. He's going to find his neck there. He's going to climb up on his back, on the giraffe's back there with his long neck, and get a nice sub on that long neck of Jose Johnson there. So that's my pick.
Right.
Good job, man. We are in agreement in the first two fights of the main card. All right, moving on up. Next, we have Miles Johns versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. Now, in this one, I was going back and forth in this one, man. This one's actually pretty fucking tough. This is going to be a fucking close fight, man. Very tough to predict. They're both the same height. They both have similar reach. Douglas Silva de Andrade is built like a tank. This guy always comes in there shredded to the gills. He's fucking built as fuck. Miles Johns too, very built, very built, big guy. I'm very torn upon who I'm going to take, but where I am going to lean on is the age advantage for Miles Johns. The guy's 30 years old. Douglas Silva de Andrade is approaching 40, man. He's at 38 years old. I at some point, you got to think that Douglas Silva de Andrade has got to stop at some point, man. You know what I mean? He's gonna start looking worse and worse as he's getting older. I just don't think Miles Johns in his prime too. I got to go with Miles Johns in this one. I think it's going to be a slight lean. I think it's going to be a split decision type of win here for Miles Johns.
The line is super close too, I think, eh?
Yeah, and I like Miles Johns' grit, his grappling. He's been improving fight after fight. He's been getting better. His last fight, he looked very impressive when he beat Cody Gibson by unanimous decision in that one. He also beat Dan Argueta, and he beat Vince Morales as well. All three wins were by decision. He also knocked out Anderson Dos Santos. He did lose to John Castaneda. He got subbed. But I just don't think that Douglas Silva de Andrade is going to, be able to keep this up for much longer. The guy's getting old. I think he's going to gas out in this fight. I think Miles Johns is going to tire him out. He did beat Coney Staben by decision. He lost to Said Nurmagomedov, who took him down a lot in that fight. He beat Sergey Morozov, who's more of a striker. And then he beat Gaetano Pirello, lost to Lerone Murphy as well, which is more of a striker as well. So Miles Johns, I think, is the pick for me. Who you got here, Adio?
Yeah, this fight I'm gonna go with Silva de Andrade.
Ah, man.
Are you suggesting you may be picking Johns because you suspect the end is coming up for Andrade? You're trying to like be a little fortune telling here because I don't see him slowing down yet, and I sometimes try to use that strategy. But in this case, man, I don't think Miles Johns is going to be the guy to put him out for good, and not to mention knock him out in this fight. Like Miles Johns, good boxer, decent enough wrestling, but sometimes he gets tired out, I find, fast, and sometimes he doesn't. Another thing with Miles Johns is I mentioned this last card, and I was right for that particular fight. I don't remember which one it is, but I said that when I look at this fight and I look at Miles Johns and his opponent, right away I can tell whether Miles Johns should be beating this guy. And Andrade is not a guy Miles Johns should be beating. He's 29-5. You give Miles Johns the amount of fights as Silva de Andrade has, and I'm telling you, he would have more than 5 losses. Douglas Silva Andrade fought way better competition even recently. And I don't think he's slowing down. Let's hope he's not slowing down. Like you said, this is the fight he slows down in. I think Johns is going to be the one to slow down, hopefully. And Silva's a good, old school Brazilian guy, solid everywhere. He has nice length on his punches and kicks. And I think he's going to catch Johns a few times. I think Johns is going to be in for a real tough fight. He may not expect. And although I think he would expect it, but you never know with these guys, right? Look at what happened with Jacoby against Reyes, right? Like
Yeah.
he has no chin, so let's just walk in there and leave my chin exposed, like okay, he may not have a chin. That doesn't mean he can't hit you if you leave your chin dangling out there without a care in the world, right?
Mhm.
Either way, as for this fight, close fight, but I don't think Silva's done, and I'm picking him to win a decision here.
All right, in disagreement in this one. By the way, Douglas Silva de Andrade is a dog in this one, so we'll talk about that in the betting later on. Might be a very good dog play there. All right, so we're gonna move up in this one here. The next fight we got Lucas Almeida versus Timmy Kuamba. Uh,
Yeah, is
man,
yeah, it's my turn here.
all right.
Yeah, sorry. Uh, whew. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lucas Almeida in this one. I think he's a better striker overall with a little more power, and Kuamba doesn't have that type of power. That's basically why I'm picking Almeida here. Uh, Kuamba's younger, I realize that, but he hasn't really impressed me too much. Um, although they both got knocked out recently, right? If you look.
Yes, they have. They both got knocked out. Lucas Almeida got knocked out by Andre Fili, and Kwamba got knocked out by Bolagioki.
Okay, so they're both coming off knockout losses, looking for the win. Um, I realize Kwamba is younger here, but he's going to have to show a little more to me. Not that Lucas Almeida showed me tons, but I do think he's the better striker, and with not so much power coming back at him, I think he's going to be able to put together better combinations and win a decision striking wise, or maybe even a knockout, but probably decision.
All right. In this one here, I am also going for Lucas Almeida, but I
Oh,
am not feeling very confident in it. I do think he's a very good dog. I'm not feeling very confident in it, but I do like the 2 inch height advantage that he's going to have there. I do feel like he has fought the better fighters. I mean, he lost to Andre Fili by knockout, lost to Pat Sabatini, who's an amazing grappler and an amazing wrestler. He got subbed by him. He did beat Michael Trezano, beat Italo Trinidade, and he did lose to Daniel Zellhuber. So he did fight the better fighters. Balaji Oki was the only fighter that Timmy Kawamba, sorry, lost to. But prior to that, he fought a bunch of cans: Michael Stack, Mateo Vogel, Alexander Shank, and Cody Huard. These are guys in lower level events. So I got to go with the guy who's been fighting the better fighters in this one. Lucas Almeida is a very nice live dog there. I like him at the dog odds. I think that this line is good. But Timmy Kwamba does look pretty decent at 25 years old, though, to 33. He is the younger fighter. But I think that Lucas Almeida is going to be a little bit bigger in this one. And I think he's going to be, he's going to look bigger. And also I like Lucas Almeida. If we look at Lucas Almeida's 14 wins here, okay, out of those 14 wins, he has 9 knockouts, 5 submissions, no decision wins. He is a guy who goes out there and he will try to kill you. He's a finisher, and I like that about him. He goes out there and he tries to kill. The guy's got he's got that killer instinct in him. He's got that dog in him, and that's why I'm going for Lucas Almeida. I'm not very confident in it, but I think he'll get the win here in this one here. All right, so we are in agreement so far with two of the fights in the main card so far. That's not bad, actually. No, three. So we only disagreed on one, which was Douglas Silva de Andrade, and I'm not even mad at that because de Andrade is very good. All right, moving on up to the next fight: Ikram Aliskerov versus Antonio Tricoli. Antonio Tricoli is coming in here on short notice. I don't even understand what is happening here. Why is he trying to come in on short notice and fight Ikram Aliskerov? It makes no sense to me. Aliskerov is a beast, man. Aliskerov is going to destroy Antonio Tricoli in this one, man. This is, I don't even know what's happening, why this fight is even happening. I know he wants to like come in there and fight. You know, kudos to him for taking the fight on short notice like that. But man, is he crazy? Like you're gonna fight one of the best Dagestani Russian grapplers and
In
wrestlers in the whole UFC.
in fairness to your boy here, he was actually scheduled to fight Umar Sy, but I guess Umar Sy pulled out, and
Yeah, he was supposed to fight Andre Muniz actually, Aliskerov, and that Muniz.
no. Umar Sy was supposed to fight Tricoli.
Oh, okay, yeah,
The
okay,
same
yeah,
the
yeah,
same date, pretty much. So
okay,
he actually was training this whole time for another fight.
okay. So I guess that but again, that this is a step up in competition to the nth degree for Tricoli, man. He is stepping up to fight, uh, a guy who's insane. You know, I mean, I just don't get it. But yeah, the pick. We're not going to have to talk much about this one. Aliskerov is the pick. The guy knocked out Warley Alves in his last fight with a flying knee and punches. And this is a grappler we're talking about who got a flying knee and punches knockout on Warley Alves. Also, he knocked out Phil Haas, but then again, Augusta Win could knock out Phil Haas. And then he subbed Mario Souza. He also won a decision against Nishan Burrell and Miro Drakovic. He subbed him as well with a Kimura. He's got amazing submissions, Ikram Aliskerov. This is a guy who is going to grapple. Yes, Tricoli's going to have a 5-inch height advantage at 6'5" to 6 foot, and he's going to also have a 6-inch reach advantage. I don't think that's going to even help him. The relentless takedowns by Aliskerov. Aliskerov is also very good on the feet. He's very strong. He's got very good. Look, the guy's got six knockouts, 5 submissions, 3 decisions in his 15 fights. Aliskerov is well-rounded, man. But I really think that he gets a submission. He gets Tricoli on the ground and gets a submission win in this one here. I just think he's fought the better fighters. He's going to be way better on the ground, way better wrestler and grappler, and good jiu-jitsu there. I don't think that Tricoli stands a chance coming in on short notice against this guy. Who you got?
Yeah, definitely. I have Aliskerov. Tricoli here. He hasn't fought a lot lately. I think he fought like 2 or 3 times in the past 5 years, and the last time was 2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago, he fought Wesley Israel. It's
Not
crazy long time, man.
not only that, he like popped for like serious juicing. Like that was part of the problem, right? Now he's coming in here probably at least not on the same stuff, you know? And Aliskerov, yeah, he's going to be able to take him down from anywhere at will and pretty much impose his will, I think. Aliskerov, maybe he didn't fight the greatest competition, but you could tell he's very, very good. So I'm going to pick him to win by, let's go with ground and pound. KO.
Yeah, let's see if he even makes this fight, man, because this guy's been canceling fights left and right. He canceled against Ovince St. Preux. That was supposed to happen in 2022. And then he was supposed to fight that crazy guy, Umar Sy.
But that was C's fault.
Yeah, that was his fault there. And then again now coming up against Aliskerov here. So yeah, pick is going to be Aliskerov to get the win here by submission for me. All right. And now we are at the main event. Alex Perez versus Tatsuro Taira.
Okay, yeah. Now this fight I'm looking forward to
Oh yeah.
a lot. This is the fight where Taira's going to show what he's made of, and I think he's not going to be up to the task. I'm going to be picking Alex Perez here. I love the activity Alex Perez has shown lately. He seems to be like on a mission for the title. He performed exceptionally well against Muhammad Mokaev, if you remember that fight, where I thought he won. So that shows like he can scramble it up down there. And if he can hold his own against Mokaev down there, I know he can avoid some submissions from a Taira. And I'm a big Taira fan a lot. I just think he's going to be able to fend off some of Taira's takedowns. And I do think Perez is a smarter striker and a better striker at least at this moment in time, and he's going to be able to come up with something, whether it be a different sort of look or a different kind of combination, to be able to get to Tyra more, right? So I think he's actually going to come up with the finish late in the fight, or the fight will be going to decision. I'm loving what I see out of Alex Perez lately. I'm loving him as the dog here, and I'm loving him off his last main event performance when he came through for me there against Nicolau. I know they're different fighters, but I think right now is a little too soon for Tyra to be beating Perez. So I'm going with Perez the dog. Oh,
Man, unfortunately, I'm disagreeing with you in this one here in the main event. I got Tatsuro Taira winning this one, man, the younger fighter at 24 years old. He's been looking amazing lately. Alex Perez at 32 years old. Tatsuro Taira is going to have a 1 inch height advantage there, and he's going to have, this is where I think there's going to be a little bit of a discrepancy, is the reach advantage for Tatsuro Taira. He's going to have a nice 4.5 inch reach advantage, and I think that this is where, if the fight's on the feet, I like Tatsuro Taira on the feet. Very good striker, very good boxer there. He's pretty good at striking. I think he's better at striking than Alex Perez. I'm not going to say that he's better at on the ground than Alex Perez, but
he's better on the ground than Perez.
I'm going to say he's a better submission specialist than Alex Perez. I think he's got better Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I do think Alex Perez is very good at wrestling and ground game, but I think Tatsuro Taira is actually better on the feet. I think that he's got some very good strikes. I think that he's going to be able to hurt Alex Perez on the feet. Now, Alex Perez, man, listen, I'm not gonna say anything bad about Alex Perez. This guy is a very good dog. We'll talk about the betting on Friday. Definitely, I like Alex Perez as a dog here. But looking at his last 5 fights, man, I mean, he did beat Mateus Nicolau with a right hook by knockout, but he lost to Muhammad Mokaev, who I don't even find Muhammad Mokaev is as good as grappling as Tatsuro Taira. I think Tatsuro Taira is actually better than Mokaev on the ground. And then we've got Alexander Pantoja, who he lost to. He got subbed by Alexander Pantoja.
Hey man, no real shame in that one though, eh?
No shame in that one. He also got subbed by Davidson Figueiredo as well. I'm just saying he has 3 losses in his last 5 fights. And then before that, he beat Jussier Formiga. Tatsuro Taira is coming off of a 5-fight winning streak here. Beat Carlos Candelario, beat CJ Vergara by submission, beat Jesus Aguilar by submission, beat Edgar Chairez by unanimous decision, and then just recently beat Carlos Hernandez by knockout. So I like the youth. I like the up and coming prospect. I like Tatsuro Taira in this one. I think he's going to get the win. I think this fight is going to play out a lot on the ground, and I just think the youth, I think he's going to be a little bit more, his stamina is going to be a little bit better. I think his gas tank's going to be better. And I think that on the ground, when they're scrambling and going nuts, I think that Tatsuro Taira might get a sweep or get some kind of a reverse position on Alex Perez, and he'll be able to latch in a submission. I think he subs Alex Perez in this one and gets the win. So it is going to be close, though. I was going back and forth on this one. So we are in disagreement in this one. We are in disagreement again in quite a few fights in this card. We'll see on Friday when we do our final predictions if there's any changes. But there you have it, folks. These are our early predictions for the main card. Got anything to say to the folks here, Andy O?
Yeah, just like and subscribe.
All right. Here you have it. Peace out, folks. KAMMA. See you on Friday for the final predictions.
KMA, baby.
Peace out.